Warmest blessings. This is Master Shaman Palai Chi. How are all of you doing today? I have some topic to talk about today, and this topic is very dear to me due to my spiritual journey, my shamanic journey of when I started. If you guys don't know about me and who I am Master Shaman Palai Chi, and this is a channel to be on if you guys want to be informed of what it is that you need to know about shamanism, especially universal shamanism in this day and age as we move into deepening our subconsciousness, deepening our connecting to the collective that is uprising as we speak. So I also help to heal, train, and shamanic training for others, especially those that want to be a not so much a formal disciple, but to get elevated into their shamanic journey. And so they become a formal disciple in doing so with Faliti. There is some gold nuggets that we will be discussing today. So come on in and join me. There's also the chat on the side there. Say hi. Tell me where you are coming from as well. Type in Juju Chi if you are listening right now. Juju Chi. If you don't know what Juju Chi is, it literally means good luck with the juju and energy with chi. So welcome and chime in today. We are going to do some free card pulls for you if you'd like. And then also if you want to do the 3 personal card pulls, we can do that as well on this live. Now, I want to go back to a time and talking about rising on your shamanic path. Have you felt that you've been called by your soul, perhaps, or the spirits to elevate yourself, to get yourself moving onto a path that you truly feel like you are been drawn to, even as a child or maybe as a teenager or adult? Have you been drawn to feel the urge to really get there, to really go beyond what it is in this life? Have you felt that urge, right? Have you felt that this calling? Whether it's through you feeling it and sensing it, or maybe you saw somebody in your lifetime. Perhaps it was a grandma, grandpa, somebody that was doing something spiritual, and you were wondering what this spiritual thing was. What kind of ritual were they doing? What is this activity on a spiritual level? What is it about? Today we're going to discuss the 7 ways, these are sacred ways, to grow and honor the power, to feel the protection in your shamanic journey. And not necessarily just being a Hmong shaman, but because this day and age, Hmong shaman has been, how do I say this, universally transitioned. So transitioned universally, not all, but some, has been transitioned universally to help each and every other person that is growing in their shamanic journey, that is becoming more conscious about their environment, being more conscious about where they are, where they're at, who they are, and then perhaps going back into the ancestors at a certain time in place, in the phase that you're in, going back to the ancestors when the ancestors actually initially called upon you to come back to yourself, to come back to them and their teachings, their trainings, their ways. So today we have 7 ways that we're going to discuss of how to really rise yourself And you've been rising yourself, right? But rising with yourself on your shamanic path, some of you have been trying to do it on your own. And I will tell you right now that it is very hard to rise on your own. It is very difficult to open that door on your own if you don't have the help of the spirits, or even if you have the help of some spirit guides, you may also need the bridging and initiation, the keys literally, to gain the wisdom, the infinite wisdom that you've been trying very some of you very diligently, and for some of you you've been trying on your own. You definitely will need a sifu if you have been trying on your own and you are going in a circle and something hasn't been happening for you to get to the top of that mountain. Okay, so 有好多比較重日子嚟呀，咪都咪nhỏ. This isn't Hmong. To the Hmong community, cho nay cho nhỏ san đầu tô nó cho cú nu nó cú ya tô khoác hè xa ya ba nay có ba nay là ya xa ya nó ya cho kế ya ba nay mù cái tàu có chữ xì cái tàu nay tụ khen ya ít tu niệm nâng gì nâng là ya tụ tí nâng là chờ sinh cho tí nâng ya là ba tí nâng chờ tí nâng cho xa cho xìa là ya là ba có tụ khen chờ cái tàu có tụ khen cho xa cho xìa có mù tàu khó tránh mù tàu khó chủ có con dê tàu có cho kế ổn định ổn dài chủ sĩ tàu có lý hồn nâng còn đó có cho nu nó bây giờ thật cho kế để yo cha có tụ khen lý cha là do thì yo ô lý cha mù cha có tàu có tụ khen sở có lý hồn nâng niềm lòng cho kế khó khăn nó ya nên nó gì nè nó ba tổ này thiên là gì mu ba like to subscribe to Bailey channel, so go like and subscribe to this channel if you find that whatever you've been watching on my channel, or if you're new to the channel, please go do so as well if you know that something is going to be helping you in supporting your shamanic journey today and into the near future. So in my life, I've had a calling since the age of 2. And if you've heard my story before, you'll know what I'm talking about. I was called to going into the shamanic journey. Didn't know if it was the shamanic journey or what kind of journey it was supposed to be in the first place, right? This is just me going through psychic abilities, having prompts in my head, not knowing what the prompts were about, connecting myself to an angel, a huge angel that came through without me knowing who she was, what she was. Getting cues and prompts to doing certain things in my life, not knowing what they were supposed to be helping me to do, right? Being guided from the very forefront. And this all leading to shamanic illnesses, life and death situations, near-death experiences. And just to summarize it, right? Going through all this, going through life difficulties and hardships, coming to this point in time that I'm talking to you right now, has led me to becoming who I am today. Through the shamanic path that I had no idea was the shamanic path in the beginning. This shamanic path has led me to doing small things, but gaining big abundance in my life. Whether that abundance has to do with relationships or with health and wellness, with finding out what is it that I need to do with my career. Do I need to shift it? What do I need to do? All these questions has been answered through my shamanic practice, through connecting with the spirit guides and being schooled by the spirits, the benevolent spirit guides, or I also call them the benevolence, the highest guides that I have, has led me up to this point in coming out to guide and help each and every one of you that has been listening on to my channel. And they're also my disciples, those who have come to me formally to help them and to guide them on their spiritual path, to elevate them and help them through, to bridge them, their spiritual guides, so that they too can also have infinite wisdom and be guided through life. Recently, I've gotten a prompt to come out and help you guys, even though you're not my formal disciples. Everyone who listens to me and still continues to follow me are considered all my disciples informally. So, in doing so, my journey has been very important to me, and yours should as well. A short personal story about myself that I just shared in a summary to you can show you and explain to you the growth that I've been through. And when you look at me, most people will say, Master Palai Chi, you look so prestigious. It's like so glorified. And I'll say to this person, it's not. It may look glorified through the pictures, the videos, whatever you can see, right? But the truth is, you don't see me when I'm hurting physically, when I'm drained through the energetic healings, through spiritual diagnosis, one after another that I go through. The post and the pre, right? The pre and the post of the healings that I go through as a shaman, as a shamanic practitioner, a healer, an enlightenment teacher, to those who needs it. The sweat and the blood that is put into the work, the back work that gets you there. That is the most important pieces that no one sees behind closed doors. But yet they see this picture like it's so great and glorified. It is great to be a shaman. It is. It is so, how do I say, it's gratifying to be able to help people in the way that you can help another person. And I'll show you guys this. This is a picture of me when I was starting. 2011, I started as a shaman, master shaman. I didn't go out. So 2006, 2005, 2006 to 2011, I was in this hidden place. I was not ready to go out between 2006, 2011. And then I was pushed to go out publicly by my spiritual guides. And there I was, openly willing to help. And to help those that really, truly needed help and those who were lost. In my life, I will say that all these prompts came in at a young age, at the age of 2. These phenomenal and paranormal experiences that I went through, hearing my name being called when I didn't see anybody, seeing apparitions when I didn't have any idea what these apparitions were. These kinds of things, if you have gone through these things, if you are hearing prompts in your head through your intuition, through your souls, need for you to hurry up and get on with your spiritual journey. You know then that this is the time. If you're hearing me today, and you're listening right now, you definitely know that this is the time. There's no more, let's wait, or like another potential disciple had told me yesterday, I don't know if I'll ever start Master Palachi. I don't know when I'll ever start. And I said to her, you know when you're going to start. When you start doing your healings, when you start needing healings from someone, when you have done healings with me, because she asked, how do I prepare? How do I prepare my mindset? How do I prepare myself to be willing to take the leap? And I said, we've been working together since the time that we've been working together, about 5-6 years, you have got to understand and know that from that time on, you were already being prepared to start your shamanic journey. So there is no preparing in essence, but you've been automatically preparing once you make the call to ask for healing. Once you answer the call and say, I am ready and willing to be healed. That is your preparation in your spiritual journey. How greater or good can you prepare yourself, right? So you must, step one, be willing to accept the calling fully. If you've been dabbling, how many of you have been dabbling? Type it out on and be honest with yourself, right? Because the first thing you need to do, as I was talking and chatting about with over Zoom with a client yesterday, potentially becoming my formal disciple in the near future, what is it that you need to do? You need to fully accept that you will become a shamanic practitioner or some sort of unique healer. If you don't call yourself or don't want to admit to it right now that you will become a shamanic practitioner, then we'll call you a unique healer, right? You will eventually become this unique healer, but you need to accept the calling 100%. And how do you do this? You may not be willing to do this right away, right? But you may be willing to just say, okay, I'm going to take one step in. I'm going to be willing to have someone that I trust heal me. And it's that first person or the person that stood out to you, whether you'd gone through several healings, but it's one of the persons that's done healing on you that stands out to you the most, that you feel that they have this extraordinary thing that has made you come to a belief of your own self, a belief of your spirituality, someone that has opened up your eyes. Through all the healers that you go through, there is only one that actually truly stands out to you in their power, in their grace. And that is going to be the one that is ultimately your Sifu. If you don't know now, I'm telling you now. The question is, how do I find my Sifu? It is this exact way that I had just talked about. If you missed it, go back and rewind to listen after the live. You must be willing to have 100% conviction into your spiritual journey, not just dabbling here and there, right? And if those of you are out there listening, go ahead and type it in. Don't be afraid to call it out to the universe that I've been dabbling and I truly want to find who it is that is my Sifu, or who it is that I can learn and can bridge my spirit guides to me. You will have this feeling. You will have this inner knowing that this is just the person. You may be in denial at first, but after a while, after a couple healings into it, then you will know. This person also has to be the person that is able to bring you to light, to bring healing to you, and that you actually do get results from this person and their healing. The signs are also there before you actually give full 100% conviction. The signs are there. Excuse me. So these signs can be spiritual illnesses that you've gone through. These signs can also be you going through very difficult hardships, just like what I've talked about in the summary of what I've gone through in my life before I became a master shaman. I didn't call upon myself to become a master shaman. No way. I would never have dreamed that I would be one day, like today. I would never have thought that I would even know how to meditate or to trance or to journey and to bridge spirit guides to others. Never in a million years would I think that I would do that as I was growing up and being in my psychic abilities, going through the motions of me seeing and being in phenomenal paranormal experiences, right? So going through spiritual illnesses, you've seen my videos, getting concussions, hitting your head wherever, however, getting, maybe having injuries of some sort to the body that impacts you in a certain big way. This can be also a click for you, a calling for you to also sit back, take yourself a step back and say, why is this all happening to me? Going through these hardships, whether it's relationships, maybe multiple car accidents all at once, multiple traumas that has hurt you and has impacted you in such a big way that makes you stand still and silent, want to be silent, feel the urge to be silent, and just step back and say, tell me what my purpose is in this life. Why am I here? These things in your life make you come to a humble part of you. That's why you are wanting and having the urge to become silent. The urge to give yourself silence, to just think for a moment, to just be for a moment, so that you can hear your soul truly, because you can hear yourself, to tell you what it is the next step is for you. So all these activities, all these incidents happen so that you can say, I now accept my calling. I now accept my spiritual path. I now accept my shamanic path fully. So that's step one. Step two, you must start to build ancestral relationships. I teach this to all my disciples. Building ancestral relationships, building the relationship with yourself, will start to kick it off by honoring the ancestors, because you are them. There's no other way to say it. Listen for the messages from yourself, from spirit guides, from your intuition, right? Listen. If you talk more, you may need to listen more now. If you've been listening, then you will be able to hear more now. So step two is to build this ancestral relationship through being willing to listen to yourself, because yourself is the reflection, or your ancestors, right? Step 3, cleanse and protect your energy. I don't know how many times I will be repeating this to others. You must be willing to cleanse and protect your energy at whatever time you feel the need to do, right? Don't let that inner knowing just be put to the back burner or be put away. When you have this sense that you need to cleanse or protect or maybe get away from negative energy, then you must do so. The more that you can listen, the more that you will be taught. It's just like you and your parents. No, with the assumption that you have parents that teach or parents that help you, right? And or parents that care about you. Then you will listen. The more that you listen, the more that you are close to your parents, the more that they will teach you. The more that they are willing and prone to come in and teach you and show you the way. Same thing with your spirit guides. If you know who your spirit guides are. Now, the question will be for some of you out there, right? Lots of you out there. Who are my spirit guides? How do they look, or what do they look like? How do I get connected with these spirit guides? That is a deep question. And one cannot connect to the spirit guides alone. It's either something is prompted in your life, or you have to reach out to a sifu, to someone that is very knowing what they are doing with the spirit world. So if you know your spiritual guides, if you know you have them, cleanse and protect your energy. Therefore, you can have a good spiritual hygiene, right? That is the key to your longevity in your shamanic practice. If you are still on the brink of deciding if you should be on the shamanic practice or not, if you should elevate your spiritual vibrations or not, then you know, if you're listening now, it's already telling you that you should. There's no other way to say it. Learn the shadow and the light within. So that's step 4. Understanding Dada Pei, which is the dark spirits, from Dada Zhong, which is the benevolent spirits, right? I don't like to call it Da, right? Da more is like a ghost. Spirits is Jiao, Zuji, La Ya Jiao, Kwa Nen Kwa Yai Zhong. Da Pei Da Zhong is more like ghosts that are good ghosts, bad ghosts, negative ghosts. Benevolent spirit guides are Kwa Nen Zhong, Te De Hu, in Hmong. On a universal basis, it's the benevolent spirit guides or the malevolent spirit guides that you will be maybe going in contact with the negative, right? But when you go into your shamanic journey, there's no guarantee that you will always be with the benevolent spirit guides. You may be in contact with malevolent spirit guides. They may be reaching out to you and saying, hey, follow me, listen to me. And that's when you'll need to discern what you truly need to do. Of course, you don't want to go with the negative or dark spirits that will try to guide you, right? This is the shadow and the light within. Once you start to tap into your intuition, your soul's connection, your soul's light, you will come in contact with the shadow or the dark light, the dark part of yourself, and then the dark parts of other dimensions. So learn the shadow and the light within. Step 5, develop skills with patience. That is one of the 5 principles of Faliti. is to have patience. Give yourself patience. Give your spiritual journey patience. Let yourself really truly understand what it is that you are ultimately going through. Why is it that you are going through this in the time and the place that you are going through it? If you've tried to develop these skills and you haven't been there yet, then you need to do some healing. The very first thing that you need to do is healing, to submit to the healing. Then that tells you that you are ready for your spiritual elevation or your shamanic journey, right? Your unique healer journey, if you want to call it that. So then you must be willing to be patient, practice silence. That's through your meditation, right? Humility. And so that you can be ready to accept this path more with conviction. If you haven't already, go out there, and if you're ready, there is a link to healings that I give. And go out there to click and to find out more about what kind of healings that you would like. If you don't know, then schedule that consultation with me so that we can have a quick chat about what it is that you need. It doesn't take a lot. It just takes 15 minutes to know what it is that you need right now. If you don't know, right? If you don't know what that is. Clearing up my focus here. So, share how in your track your own growth. Rest when you need. You want to track your own growth. Track the growth that you've been going through, whether it's through your journal or whether it's something that you make up for yourself. I want to share with you that I do have a freebie today, and it's down in the description below. Go down there, there's a PDF for disciple growth tracking. And tracking your growth on your spirituality. There's going to be some things on there that if you are just a formal disciple, it'll make sense to you. If you're not a formal disciple, then it won't make sense to you. But most of the things will make sense to those of you that are trying to self-elevate. And I know how that goes. I've been there, done that. It's just that I've been schooled by Spirit all the way through, from the get-go at the age of 2, all the way through my journey to this day, and still continuing with being schooled by Spirit. If you have not been schooled by Spirit, but you're trying to elevate on your own through different resources, whether it's through YouTube, right? You have to admit that. Through YouTube videos, through my videos, through others' videos, whatever you've been using on your resources and materials to elevate, then you'll want to definitely go and get this PDF to help yourself track your growth so that you can rest at times and you're not in anxiety about your shamanic or spiritual journey. Tracking your growth helps for you to grow more, for you to improve greater on your spiritual journey, and for you to actually feel as though you're growing, as though you are having wins, like I tell my planetary warriors, right? My formal disciples. Share your wins so that the universe knows that you are actually knowing that you're on track. So track your growth and rest when you need. How I document my dreams, visions, and healing successes is all through the journal. Journaling is going to help you get there on that part. And when you feel like you want to do things a lot, but you're fatigued, then don't do anything when you are fatigued. That's when you need to rest. If you keep pushing yourself, more things will need to come, or they will come spiritually, and maybe even physically, situations that you may have to handle when you didn't have the energy to do so. So track and rest. I'm going to ask all of you right now, what has been holding you back? For those of you that are listening, if you haven't already, go like, subscribe to this channel so that you can gain the most out of your spiritual journey, whether you're doing by yourself, whether you are doing with another Sifu. Now, also, I want to say if you're doing it with another Sifu, then of course be loyal to them, but also give thanks and gratitude and acknowledge the resources that you are intaking from Faliti as well, from myself. Right? There is God. So I want to say this, as I always do. There is God. And God is with you on this journey. If you are not loyal to certain resources that you are gaining from, not willing to give credit, not willing to acknowledge, not willing to participate, then you will see that your journey will be stumped. By all means, because this is the journey that God has brought for you to go on so that you can ultimately see who you are and where you come from. The biggest part about a shamanic journey in rising is you've got to believe that there is God. If you don't believe that there's God, there's no way you're going to elevate on this spiritual journey, honestly speaking. So if you're on the journey, you've got to know this. If you don't know this, then you will. Regardless, if you refuse to believe, if you refuse to answer the calling, if you refuse to do what your intuition is telling you to do, if you refuse to hear and listen, you will if you go on to the formal disciple journey. Now, if you're on the dabbling journey, you will and you may not, but you will go through hardships. There is going to be times where you will need to question yourself, how do I do this? And then listen to see if you can hear a response. Because that door isn't fully open, and for some it's not open at all, but they go and they find different resources to try to open that door and knocking on that door like crazy. I know this. I've seen many that have done this, and the door has not opened. And for some, it won't open. You have to be willing to submit to healing for that door to open. So the big question is the fear of your judgment. Why are you being held back? Because you're fearing that others may judge you, family expectations. Maybe you may think that there's going to be spiritual attacks, that somebody or someone that you don't trust right at this moment in time may spiritually attack you. I'll tell you this. Can all of these things happen regardless if you go on the journey, on the spiritual or shamanic journey, or if you don't go on the spiritual or shamanic journey? Could this all still happen? Of course it will. People will still judge you regardless. There's still going to be family expectations. There may still be spiritual attacks regardless. And for those of you that don't know and haven't listened to some of my podcasts or videos, spiritual attacks can happen on any day basis or daily basis by the corruption of this society. I'll say it very bluntly at that. So I encourage you, there can still be abundance in your life. Yes, you can still open up that abundance by yourself. I encourage you to give prayer, do meditation on a daily basis. Get yourself through a ceremony of some sort, a healing and ceremony, so that you can at least take that first step to saying, yes, I submit to my own healing. Yes, I submit to the universe or God for having me here and in existence. Simple as that. Staying connected to whoever it is that you feel that you can trust and that you feel that has given you more than meets the eye, that has given you awakening in your life. Not just encouragement, but awakening. Someone that has opened up your eyes to a whole new world. This is something that you must acknowledge, whether it's in silence or in public or however you want to do it. But do it, right? Before, how can I say this? Before you need to meet some kind of hardship. And you will continue to meet that, whether it's a small one or a big one. And I'm just not going to put sugar or sugar coated for you. When you come to this channel, it's just raw. This is how it is. So I want to remind all of you that when you become a shamanic practitioner, and that's what we do in 11x Enlightenment program that I offer, but it is exclusive because you are chosen to be in this program, or you have a calling to be in the program, and then you come. That is all upon the universe and or your spirit guides, your soul leading you here. You're not just learning rituals, and I don't teach that. Your spirit guides will teach it to you once you get there. You're returning to the sacred way of life, the way is as we call it, that has protected humankind for many, many generations. And then that you will take this wisdom and spread it to your own family, children, or your own time and generations after you. So I'm going to stop here. We're going to do a small healing at the end of this, but I invite all of you to go and download that free disciple growth tracker that I have available to you today. It is in the description below. I believe it's also in the chat as well. Let me know where all of you are coming from. We're getting to the fun part as well. Opening up 3 card pulls if you guys want, if you guys choose. Asking for, if you'd like, a free card pull. So giving that out right now as well. So whoever wants a free card pull, we are doing that right now. Come on in and chime in that you would like one. Just ask nicely, as a respect for my spiritual guides as well. Từ từ họ xá tàu sẽ kể sai dài vậy nó cuộc khi bù đỡ chỗ này thôi ý lại phái chỗ này nói họ vậy này họ lò nung tàu hay tiền này họ xá tàu có sai dài thía là cô ở tàu chỗ này chỗ lúc xí hở nó and if not. All right, Mai Xiong, Laura is asking for one, a free card pull. Warmest blessings, Mai Xiong. And glad that you had made it today on the live, actually. All of you out there, I know there's a ton of you watching right now. Come on in and chime in. I'm willing to do a free card pull for you freely. It is free, so no strings attached, of course. As you know, if you know me, you know there's no strings attached. It's either this or that. And Mai Xiong, we are going to do that for you now. Donations, I do take donations out there. There is a link to donate whatever amount you'd like and that you feel that I deserve or my spirit guides deserve. Go out there and bring your donations out there. If you would like to support our free content and our gold nuggets that we throw out freely when we do these lives and or readings and healings that we do, then please be so kind to give a donation in the tip jar through the link. My Xiong, a card just popped out for you. We've got the 7 of spades right now. 7 of spades for my Xiong lore. 7 of spades, and let's see here. I'm going to bring a spirit message for you, my Xiong, and listen in here. This will be in Hmong. 这个路线若先到若先到，这给我能我能，明才只做都些，我路线要我路线去了，托个路线没在到。vì cho nó ya cho má cho nó ya cho mông có chỉ bỏ ta chỉ nó lâu để chỉ in đủ tận đây nó có yên nhiều bao sao li sao lông có lúc của mùa chỉ cho cái chỉ cho qua nơi mà. This is the spirit message for my Xiong lore. Lots of emotions going through right now, my Xiong. Lots of emotions going through right now. Does that make sense for you, my Xiong? All right. If it does, let me know in the chat. And warmest blessings. All right. We have Mason. It almost sounds like my Xiong too. Mason has waved and is asking for a 1-card pull. So 1 card pulls here. If you guys haven't already and the live today has helped you in any way, shape, or form, please go share that for me and go and like and subscribe for me onto this channel. Mei San says, LOL, I am a Xiong. So here we go for you, Mei San. 1 card pull for Mei San. We've got the 9 of diamonds for you. 9 of diamonds. Okay. And the 9 of diamonds is telling me here, Mei San, that you have the will and the opportunity, the abundance to move forward in something, especially the spiritual path, that you can at this moment in time, if you truly wanted to. You can move forward, and life is bringing you great abundance at this time. Maybe you don't know it, maybe you do know it partially. But right now, it's about yourself, it's about your independence, and that if you wanted to do something, you could, okay? Into the bigger picture, whether it's to start a business, whether it's to go further into your spiritual journey, what is it for you, Mason, that is the most important to you? That is what you will go in at this point in time. And I'm seeing this abundance is just something that is helping you out right now, and that you will, in the next couple of days, make that decision. So I am seeing that for you, Maison. My Xiong Lore says, LOL, yes, it makes sense, and it is true that I have a lot of emotions right now. Thank you so much, Master Shaman Palai Chi and your spirit guides, for the uplifting spirit message and card pull. You're welcome, my Xiong. You're welcome. Warmest blessings. All right. All right. And then May-san says, thank you so much, with an exclamation mark. All right. We also have Jessica with the Juju Chi. Says, can I get a free card pull, please? Thank you. So let's do this for Jessica. Card pulls, card pulls. If you guys know anyone that needs a card pull, I am giving these card pulls out for free to help you out right now. So share, go like the video, share this video right now to your Facebook, Instagram, whatever, the link to your Instagram. Go out there and go grab that free disciple growth tracker to help you, whether you're not a disciple, not informally a disciple, been listening to my channel and following me all this time. Go out to download that free disciple growth tracker. If you are thinking about going on the journey, going on to elevating your shamanic journey or elevating your spiritual journey, then please go out there and click on that disciple growth tracker, because that will help you in some way, shape, or form. All right. So Jessica, this is for you, Jessica. Free card pull. Jessica, you've got the 8 of Hearts. 8 of Hearts. 8 of Hearts is telling me here, Jessica, let the worries behind, the feeling of scarcity, sublime. Let it go down, 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 and all the way down, in through the ground, and from there, see it release the abundance that you can achieve. It feels like this has to do with relationship and your spiritual journey all at once. So know that you are not alone, that there is help, that there is guidance for you, Jessica, and that you just need to put your heart to it. It feels like with that 8 of Hearts, your heart is there. It's all about yourself right now. It's all about yourself and self-love and self-growth. So this is the time that you'll need to pay most attention to, because this is where you either go up or you stay flat. Okay? Just honestly speaking, no sugarcoating here. Okay? Does that make sense for you, Jessica? I hope it does. Hope I'm on the right track here, everyone. Is everyone enjoying this live? Let me know. Give me a yes or a hearts and stars or something. I like interaction, so come on in. Don't be afraid. You know, a long time ago, I'm going to share this. A long time ago, this is who? This was me at my office in 2011. 2011. When I got laid off my job at the corporate, I was already on my spiritual journey, my shamanic journey, for a couple years. This is 2011. And I just opened up my office. And I was thinking to myself, dear God, what do I do? I'm led there. 2 months later, after I got laid off of my job, 2 months later, I start Faliti healing. At that time, it was Faliti spiritual and energy healing. And now it's just Faliti healing. And in the future, we hope to have a center for healing, whether it's already virtual. So we'll see. But some great things are going to be happening. Some great abundance is going to be happening. So don't be afraid. For me, I just get out of my shell, don't think of much, and get moving. Because if we don't get moving, nothing will move. Our paths will stay flat like a plateau, like a line that is there waiting for something. And nothing's never going to move unless you make the decision. Because guess what? You as the beholder gets to make your decisions on how you want to create your life. If you don't, there's others in the negatives that will make that decision for you. So guess what? If you want positives, then you better start making your decisions. All right. The activator is asking for a free card pull. The activator. The activator, here you go, your free card pull. If you are listening, if you've gotten some gold nuggets from this live, please go out there to like and subscribe. I know there's a ton of you listening and I've seen it on my analytics, but you're not liking and subscribing. So please do me a quick favor. It's super easy and it's so free, totally free for you to just make that click, right? So this is for the activator. The activator, this is the card that I've gotten for you. All right. J, the Jack of Clover. And with the Jack of Clover, what I'm seeing for you is a stump. You're at a stuck level. From a 0 to 10, you're at about a high 10 plus. So there's a stuck sense that you're in right now, a stuck situation that you're in. And it feels like you've gone to the highest growth that you could on your spiritual journey, but it's time. And mind you, it is time. You've been focusing on yourself for the longest time. And now you want to focus on yourself again. You want to focus on what it is that you need to do to elevate yourself on your spiritual journey. And I want to tell you that you've been knocking on that door as well. You're one of the ones that's been knocking on the doors, and that door has gone to its highest extent for you. So right now it's for you to reconsider your spiritual journey, your shamanic journey, your unique healer journey, whatever that may be. I'm feeling wizard vibes for you. So does that make sense for you, the activator? All right. Wally E. Slowick says, amazing and spot on as always. Thank you so much, Wally. Warmest blessings. Jessica says, thank you for the clarity. It makes sense and connects back to what we've spoken about recently. You're welcome, Jessica. You're welcome. The way is the only way. The way is so flexible. It's not like it restrains you. And that I have found through Falithi. It is very flexible, right? Very flexible, very universal. And that is why it's universal shamanic healing, universal shamanic practitioner that I do. So G Moa says, I would like a free card pull, please, and thank you. So let's do this for G Moa. G Moa. We've got the 10 of diamonds, G Moa. Wow, you're very close to the other one that I've gotten. I forgot who it was, but it's I think it was the 9 of diamonds, but this is a 10 of diamonds. This is the time where you're also in a great abundance right now on what you can do, what you should do. It's about making that decision to really hone in on who it is that you'd like to get the information from, who it is that you'd like to grow with. This is the ultimate decision that you need to make, Jimua. Who it is you like to grow with. And the same thing with the activator as well. The activator just said, that's the path that I'm on. And so if you're on the path, right? If you're on the path and you feel like whether it's you're by yourself or you're with another Sifu, I don't want you to jump Sifus, but if you feel that it's not happening for you, whichever path that you're on, then you need to find the path that you need to be on. Perhaps all these paths that you have been jumping on leads you to the ultimate path, the ultimate purpose, where you are able to see clearer, right? When you decide to go on that ultimate path. And I'll say, someone asked me the other day, so Jimo, this is your reading. It's about making that decision right now, Jimo. If you are on this path and you still haven't made a decision, then you'll need more healing so that you can see and know what that decision is. Okay? Because if you are in need of a sifu, your sifu is very important, a very important role that plays into your spiritual and shamanic path. Your sifu, on how they are, their energy, their whole, that affects everything into your spiritual and shamanic path as well, and how it opens up for you. So if you haven't known yet, okay. All right, so Jimo, that was your card pull. You have the abundance, you have the will. It's more like, will you make that decision? And it's just about having the positive and the more abundant mindset, having an abundant mindset. When you have an abundant mindset, everyone, then you are not closed. Your heart is more open, and you are not limiting yourself to just one aspect of how you can do something or how you can go about your journey, right? And that you're now willing to just let it go and saying, this, if I feel this, I'm going to go for it. Okay? And that's what you should do. So, in essence, in saying this, I'm going to end this live with a healing, small meditation that we're going to do. A small meditation that we're going to do. So close eyes, deep breath, and here we go. Allow yourselves to go within, centering now, centering. Choose at your head or at your heart or the pit of your stomach. Take a slow, deep breath. And listen in. Ooh, 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 Sumaye, 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 Ham Sura. Deep breath. Put your hands to your chest, and if you have felt lost, hopeless, helpless, on your shamanic journey, whatever situation that you have gone through, but you still feel this, like you cannot rise. And if you have felt rising, growing energies, put your heart to your chest as well. Know that God loves you, holds your hand. Through His wisdom comes the spiritual guidance to guide you to see the way, the light inside, to not only give you hope, but love that's everlasting. Feel it in your center now. Deep breath. And open up your eyes if you've been closing them. All right, coming back now. Warmest blessings to all of you. Have a safe and protected, spiritually protected, and physically, of course. When you're protected spiritually, you're also protected physically. Warmest blessings. If you haven't already, go like and subscribe to this channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.